Welcome to The Bridge. Today we get to talk about a much more positive and uplifting part of this conversation, which is why we're building this bridge to this new world, this world that fundamentally is filled with hope and possibility. Right? And what is it that characterizes this world? If we've talked about the world on the left side of this, a world filled with negativity and diagnosis, dysfunction, diminishment, and disorder, right? What is happening over here? And in this world, there are two major driving forces. The first is we have got to normalize struggle. The reason why we use language, and I have on my bracelet the word struggle well, is because it is not a question in life of if you will struggle. It is a question of how you will struggle. Right? The truth is that the most universal part of the human experience is that we will go through difficult times in our lives, times that force us to dive deeply, to be introspective, and to try to make sense of a world that in a moment seems as though it's been shattered. But we have to normalize what experiences people go through when they encounter that level of difficulty and hardship and stress and struggle. And the way that that world impacts our thoughts, the way it impacts our emotions, the way it impacts our actions are very, very, very universal. I always have this thought that when we go through difficult times, we have three thoughts. One, something is wrong with me. Two, no one will understand what I'm going through. Three, I may never be right again. Those are normal responses to going through really messed up stuff. And in this world, in the world that we are building together, that is a world where going through those experiences is normalized. It's a world where, I don't constantly sit in rooms of people who say, oh my God, I thought I was the only person who ever had that experience, because we are open and able to talk about our experiences and the lessons we've learned without a sense of shame, without a sense of diminishment. The other part of this world is we have got to democratize our capacity to struggle well. What does that mean? It means that each of us as human beings has to recognize and step up to our responsibility to be our brother and sister's keeper. Back at the Hanoi Hilton, when they got shot down, they would use the tap code to communicate to the senior residing officer, Stockdale. And they would say, sir, what is our highest duty in this prison? And what would he say? He would say, the man next door. But yet we've lost sight of that as a society. We have outsourced mental health to a small group of people that are difficult to access and even harder to connect with. So when someone's going through a difficult time, when I am telling, as I did to my best friend, that I wasn't doing okay, I got this response. You should probably go talk to somebody. My response, I am. I'm talking to the only human being on the face of the earth, literally, that I would actually share this with, that I feel safe enough, comfortable enough, trusting enough to actually voice these words that I don't know what the hell I'm doing, and I'm scared, and I don't know how my life is going to turn out, and I don't know how to get out of the hole I feel like I'm digging in. We have got to create a world where each of us understands the practices and principles of post-traumatic growth, of PTG, so that we are able to navigate life on life's terms, and we can be there to support other people in our lives by providing them with trust and connection, by providing them with an understanding that their best days are not behind them, that there is possibility for them to continue to learn and grow. And in so many ways, that's what characterizes this world. And when I think about the distinction between these two worlds, over here I have a world where the idea is from Goethe, another German, and he said, if you treat people as they are, you will make them worse. And on the other side of the bridge, what we're talking about now, is if you treat people as they ought to become, right, as they're capable of becoming, that is exactly what they will be. That we see past people's current struggles into their bright, beautiful future where it's filled with passion and purpose and service and growth and connection. That's the world we have to create, a world where struggle is normalized and the ability to struggle well is democratized. And that requires each of us to step up. It requires each of us to understand and do our homework and study, because it benefits us, and more importantly, as servant-oriented people, it allows us to meaningfully serve the people that we love and care about. And that's what's at stake with all of this, because post-traumatic growth is a profoundly and inherently democratic science. The whole thing comes from people who've walked the road from struggle to strength and growth, and we get to continue to be part of that movement and continue to share the lessons we've learned with other people.